Hello my fellow patriots. In this video, how soon will we know the U.S. election outcome? Not soon enough. As you can see from this little chart here, good old Washington has up to the 23rd of November. We aren't going to see any kind of election results until sometime in December. Heck, who knows, it might be even a Christmas miracle by the time we get the election results. This is all bull crap. You know, this kind of stuff has never happened before, and it shouldn't happen. Because until every last little ballot is counted, the Democrats are not going to concede if Trump wins. Even if Trump wins, on the 3rd, and the rest of the states don't matter because he just blew them out of the water on election day, they still won't concede and probably until the last daggone ballot is counted. So we're probably not going to know anything until sometime in December. And then I don't look for it to be, all calm and collective. They'll probably try to say Trump cheated, of course. It is Russia, of course. It is China. They can't stand Trump, and they are going to do anything that they possibly can to make sure that he cannot smoothly run things for the whole U.S. They just want to make it as rocky as possible, throw as many freaking wrenches into the gears as they possibly can. They have been nothing but trouble since he was elected, since before he was elected. I mean, all the daggone collusion that they were doing with Russia, they need to be thrown in federal prison over. They're accusing Trump of doing it whenever they were doing it. That seems to be a running theme for the Democrats. Whatever they adamantly accuse someone else of, it's a pretty safe bet to say that they did it first. Well, let's go ahead and just get into the little story here. How soon will we know the results of the U.S. election? A shift to mail voting is increasing the chances that Americans will not know the winner of the 2020 presidential race on election night, November 3rd. But that doesn't mean the results will be flawed or fraudulent. President Donald Trump has repeatedly raised unsubstantiated fears of fraud involving mail-in voting, which is expected to be more widely used in the November election out of concern for safety given the coronavirus pandemic. Unsubstantiated? Look at all the states. Look at their local elections. Look at the fact that New Jersey had to completely redo their entire election. And this is just some of the states. Now you're telling me that all states that are holding mail-in voting have no chance of fraud or anything? Yeah, that's bullcrap. Election officials in some key battleground states have warned that it might take days to count the votes, given that they expect will be a surge of ballots sent by mail. Because processing mail ballots is more laborious than in-person voting, states that haven't updated their laws and systems for the different workload can see delays. But a presidential election hasn't been left in limbo since 2000, when ballot irregularities in Florida led to weeks of chaos and court fights. I can remember that. While each state runs its own process, mail ballots can take longer to count. In some states, the ballots can be accepted several days after the election day, as long as they are postmarked before polls closed. And while some states count the ballots as they come in, others, notably the critical battlegrounds of Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, have laws that forbid processing mail ballots until Election Day, guaranteeing the count will extend well past that night. I mean, look at this. It should be the third period, and everything should be done by the 6th. I mean, I understand, mail-in voting and stuff. Okay, some people are just, utterly terrified fearing for their lives. Whatever. But deadline the 3rd. The results on the 6th. That should be the way it is. If you don't know by then there's something wrong. Because these people are not going to go through and count them by hand. They're not going to. They're going to use machines that's going to go and scan them like a money count machine in a bank. They're just going to check and see which one has been marked, the D or the R. That's all. But, yeah, California, Washington, it's unreal. Even if things are postmarked by the 3rd, they're still going to be sending stuff in. There is mail fraud, all these daggone people. It's unreal. The Democrats are going to try to cheat. It's already been proven. They are cheaters. They will do anything they can to cheat. So I really wouldn't half believe the daggone results anyway. But that's it for this video. Got a few more after this one. So stay vigilant, and I will see you in the next one.